PRO of the Council of Principals of High Schools. During a talk, the two issues parents raised, as shall we say, as an organization or as a unit, everything have to take the beginning into the schools. Two, the price list of the items we can sell or give parents them for the beginning with the class for all junior secondary schools. Going further, also bring the concerns, the challenges where they can face, uh, but also they do justice to the minister and the ministry with respect to efforts where they make, whether they ensure say the Ministry of Finance respond to the needs of the schools. Thank you. And why make Bukila for Kutumane in charge? Is it the timing? Even give me bonus. Thank you very much. Uh, Going further, the human capital development, MBS is out, placement. The next thing is teacher recruitment, teacher welfare. So, as the chairman for Teaching Service Commission, Mr. Lance Kevara, one more, we don't see a lot of notices out there about what teachers for do. In fact, we as ministers and politicians, the number of people when they call me for teacher recruitment, where I see this thing, I was very happy. So that's we explain how this teacher recruitment can happen and what is there for the teachers because they are so free quality education. We don't have a teacher are finding where.
Good afternoon, everybody. I'm being a landscape chairman of the Teaching Service Commission. And teacher business is a long explanation, but I will just every year. And in the coming 2 years, say 2,000 every year as well. That is the quota from government. Then we also have 1,300 we now, as a result of retirement, people that we don't abandon, people that we don't resign, left the profession, and so on and so forth. So this recruitment started on the 14th of July, and we intend for making close, the ports are closed on the 31st of the month. But we don't extend that a little bit because of people they get for uploading certificates and things like that. So schools, we all the districts in the country, we give them quota, and that quota is also system generated. We get partners and we generate that for we through technology, the use of technology, 5 inch, and we also get EdTech. Now they do that. We do what we call equitable deployment. We know the not to me now this this way for this number. It is now based on the people qualified people teacher ratio. How many teachers in that district, in relation to the number of pupils that we then get. Also, the performance in the transitional examinations and PSC that they pass, how that district will do. It's depending on that will be, the quota is generated. I will just give you a quick example. For example, Falabana, one of the smallest districts in the country, but you will see, say, they care for recruit 218 um, teachers, whereas Go, one of the biggest districts in the country, only 83. So we don't take into consideration who that been there already, and what's the people teacher ratio, and that we don't take into consideration and how the beginning to do during the PSC Peke and was so that and so all if una want I can say this list owner what's in the quota for every district. I'm not going to read that now. We did principal, vice principal pay scale. So we after this registration as well, we don't just do a national registration verification. We find out that there were about 4,997 teachers who were not in their schools who said will be recruited. But what we don't say, all the teachers they will go back and when they go back and make sure they will regularize them inside the school the way they do right now before we begin for deployment. So we also work very close with SATU for its soft loans to teachers and about 10%. If you go down the banks and other loan sharks, then you get a lot higher than that. So conversation also starts with MOF, Ministry of Finance, for level move back to remote area allowances because now that we can put teachers and for the teachers, they stay outside in the so we need small money, we dey try for small money in the pockets more than would I live in the urban areas because otherwise they will always be displaced from big rural areas into the urban area. So I'll stop there so far. I think there are questions or answers.
Thank you very much, Mr. Kifala, for that pretty explanation of issues around the most prominent people in our lives. We always lawyer, we don't pass through the hands of teachers. Some of we teach extensively. And one of the things I very much appreciate from the new look of the teachers is really trying to professionalize that field. I remember then my if I could this continuously for good school the principal because he said it's about how he said you want to go as a principal I want to go I said well I had a divorce not to all man knows being a teacher so I could that's why my capacity is generally being a teacher but people just listen because you're a teacher I mean we let somebody when they say you don't need to say poor teacher that's how I say teacher and purpose and we just accept and see but it's not true. Some people they passionately they choose for teachers. If I had my way, I wanted to be a lecturer. Like I did think about the dream until I applied text, like before I decided what I was. So it is also a profession of dignity. I mean, most of the presidents and teacher became and woman became because now dignified. It's not before they king, he take care of. So God will take care of your beginning. So anybody will find himself at that domain, I just encourage you because they have produced a lot of people. Recently, about 34, the doctor will come, when they direct with all, I didn't even introduce myself as a minister. They don't go inside, I turn back. He called me. I said, there's a lot of people. I said, Carl, see your face. He said, you didn't go there next. I said, yes, I said, you teach me. I said, thank you very much, sir. So those are the things you enjoy when you come across speaking when you belong teach within at that level. No matter outside they always will recognize you. If you are very honest and sincere as a teacher. So when again, first that somebody go teach, even if you get masters, they know I know I teach you feel. Right? What is it that what people and they have 1,000 years. But with 100 years, they don't give you, they be frustrated. Because when you meet your colleagues and NIA, this and that, you know, you say, why me? But a lot of people don't pass through it, get a recognition. So if we all work together for make that what it's supposed to be. And one of the things I see here, we really take me was there's soft loan. And so man high now more than high. We want grant me as school. The law wey he propose to me, if I take am, I for don dey na school pass 10 years. Because na something by then also 10 million, 10,000 now. And teacher, he say, but the cut am small, small. I say, man, take the cut, say I make 10 million. I for just take certificate tire. That I'm permanently asked.
Again, some people be old enough when we go through the peacekeeping process. We get ECOMOG, from there we graduate to UNAMSIL, on UNAMSIL, and we see how the war come to an end. One of the ways them way government and the international community come together now for implement the disarmament process, for take the guns from the one that we call ex-combatants, so that we will pass now, we see guns all over. And the one that will be the carry guns at that time, now only the one that will be legally permitted for carry and like UNAMSI. And we, of course, the Republic of Sierra Leone forces at the time. But after the disarmament, you will be shocked for find out that from 2002 to 2009, after we UNAMSI left the country, we not be get a mechanism on we own for take the guns back from people. So in 2010, the Sierra Leone National Commission on Small Arms be established by an act of parliament. Well, after 2 years, that in 2012, another act also been passed in parliament for repeal and replace the 2010 act. And then finally, in 2024, we get the act number 23, we change the commission from the Sierra Leone National Commission of Small Arms to Sierra Leone Commission on Arms and Ammunition. Well, if you want to know the reason why the commission transition from Sierra Leone National Commission on Small Arms to Sierra Leone Commission on Arms and Ammunition, the reason is simple. After the Second World War, we get the United Nations, we also be demand necessary for get a body will be responsible for disarmament, where they call the Arms Trade Treaty. And the Arms Trade Treaty get countries that will be sign up. And if you sign up, you get a responsibility for honor the Arms Trade Treaty. And not just that, we get what we call the Peace and Security Department, now the African Union. Then we get also the Peace and Security, now ECOWAS. So then we realize that we not been they in line with the provisions of the Arms Trade Treaty and the ECOWAS Convention on Small Arms. Now that give rise for the replacement of the 2012 Act to which you get now. So, like how the minister demand, I will give some of the achievements of the commission. One of those achievements I don't see already. Now the act for make we comply with the dictates of the Arms Trade Treaty and also the ECOWAS Convention. The other one, now the creation of a national action plan where they outline almost everything now to 2029. So because of that, We destroyed this year about 3,900 unserviceable weapons. We call them unserviceable, but some of them unserviceable and they one and they can kill people. Then before that time, the commission succeed for destroy 8,500 arms. Arm management today. So now the concerns them they were for safety. For let we it will bring them down the one the way don't obsolete we destroy them. So we good, but it too much. Why one give weapon to everybody for destroy them and not everybody qualify for the weapon. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much for taking through why una exist and waiting on some of our achievements. So, one thing from the briefing is that most times you get international obligations. When you sign up to some treaties, uh, the follow-up is establishment of some institutions, its specific mandates. So one such is the establishment of that commission with Mr. Mara the head. And Sierra Leone is very lucky without any war, we able to take away a lot of the arms in circulation. But the one that we can put the conditions, or we can say we now do so because of blessing. When a lot of arms are in circulation, nobody knows comes for them. They can cause a lot of things. We're not able, but perhaps my own question to Commissioner will be a lot of times there's armory and the people that are gun they use. They never can tell whether they gun they will use. We get people that are locally, they manufacture. There's in mobile and other things. So these are some of the concerns where people can get. And who say, it's a say not ask that question I'm ask. I mean, but those are some of the things. When you talk about Commission for Arms Ammunition, if I were a doctrine of arms produce, we don't know that. But locally, we know that it happen. So how the commission they look at things the way they happen and how we bring so that our environment is safe. Even last week, we were able to probably Babadui and in fact 3 consecutive nights the people were needed. We also able to other side people that they meet them, it's counterfeit, that meet them with guns. So those are some concerns. But they are established for ensure say, I mean we need international benchmark for destroying obsolete ammunitions, then for ensure that at least also feature number as alone. Now you see the demo, the new McKinney, the try from one McKinney and other places. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen. Now on your time, our program. So the panel is there. Come on, take the first five, second five. Yeah. One, two, three, four, five. First five number one. So number one.
Good afternoon. I wanted to speak for Leone TV. I got this question about military education. I can remember last year where they did the visits again. So like convents, the sister visits. So like it begets a visit for the school first. But like you know, we get the mark, we get 18. So the four go to school for go put in for the pikin, they take lots of money now with am. And even they get the scammer teachers dem wey e be say they dey take money be say that money dem dey run am with am. So one from where if the minister know about wetin dey happen na the country, dem for don put things in place.
Uh, Mr. Minister of Education, basics. Taking it through, we remember previously the education sector where you see about the number of people that don't increase. But when you go at the provinces, because making go at the provinces, the declining issues on education at the provinces is very much alarming. How making it go on mining and other activities. I can take you through Bombalidi State. Bombalidi State, Safoko Lebachi to be specific. The number of taking the way they take the baby. So wait, to be presented, percent to the community, right?
Yes, even absolutely, we are advanced for schools. Mr. Commissioner, there have been 4,000, over 4,000 teachers. Say, are all, most of them at the schools. But even when I find out as to reasons why we are not meeting them at the schools they are, and waiting at the punitive marriage at school, I don't set aside for them, I will teachers there. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Even as one channel, then I will vote for extra times in when my guys. I could debate small character. Most of the question they not ask them, but still to the Minister of Education. Over the 7 years, the government of President Bio, they do the champion human capital development, of which is very much important. But again, somebody who want for us, because over the years, every exam, both NPSC, VK, and out of WASC, to really sees huge numbers of results. But why not now? The television will not write to WAEC when I wait for response. Why now? Why the delay? Or is it that when I been negotiate behind us with WAEC or different one for now? And the other thing again, they just ended last examination 2 months ago. Something to come up this way seems to be very much strange in the education sector. We know that somebody like if me a man or the of course me a man, maybe I can come, which me face every name. But if watching at the register, I own my name taken. Sometimes we name in at the register, but we name that is BRS, but also we face DD. Should in case I see exam on that in that regard, what can we fit and what are the ministry in good in making sure subsequent years when I will address this like this. Thank you very much.
All the questions are the minister. And I hear my answer. Yes. There's one question. On a more serious note, we do too much an administration as a government for improved education, human development. But this is not an activity where you see a government no more. We do. We all want to ensure that money we government they use taxpayers fee. It deliver tangible things all of it. Not for us waiting government to do like this lady say, when you go around those schools, there are people when they like compare for you. As you go, they don't give us money to electricity admission. We all, when we are teachers, we get cases. But it's a massive young case. This is has for confirm principal. It is happening. It happens. We don't shy away from those things. But again, you say you just go keep on it, then you turn back and say, I don't give one man. One man say, help me. Even if you go on immigration, to be getting people when you go squats. What is it one man squats? They are there. Then they go through the right channel. If I come and go through the right channel. So if you are unfortunate, anything happens. I mean, don't try to go through the right channel. They're not explaining kind of happen. While they talk for the minister, minister said, come on, explain it.
Um, First of all, I want to thank you for the questions you want to ask. I think we will direct all the questions at me. But, you know, as the new chairman of the party will say, by the authority vested in me, I will delegate some of those questions to the chair of the Teaching Service Commission. Because I think it better comes from him than me. But I'm quite happy to take and add to if I need to. But let me start off with Havana 2. You say last year people had take money and you specify the school, you say convent. Which I will ask people to do. Um, this year, if any principal asks for money, una get a hotline number 8060 na the ministry una please contact somebody, una give the details, and una get any evidence una get, we go take the appropriate action. And not just to say this, not to talk normal, to talk. Because not last year, the year before last, we suspended 6 principals na grade A schools, including Anwash. And I think we did PO as well. Yeah? Including new school, Albert Academy. Because when we begin suspend, I remember somebody the ministry he said, when you say your school daily, now I say, it's the right thing to do. And honestly, I had a very good relationship with that principal. But I had to make him an example. And I will do it again. The last term we suspended for 2 months. I remember there was big noise about the fact that it was too lenient. So this year, it will be more than 6 months. Yes, but we will take the action. We don't do it before, we will do it. And the reason why we do it is because the whole essence of equality school education. You know, people like the town are all think about the equality school education. But the way we identify this equality school education, and they call it a poor policy. A poor policy. It is there to alleviate, in pull the burden, the financial burden of parents. And I will do anything when they within the legal that will make sure say that they continue. And I don't go hesitate at all. The second question this year about you said mining, you said picking the gold and mines, and you also mentioned the fact that some schools they around the mines, they're also not doing very well. So there are two things. Peter gets a concern about the mines. The mines is not only the beginning. In the teachers, they minded the recruits them. So one way to say with the address that because this is not basic economics. If they pay more, it will go. So we only want to do now for their minds that they invest in local schools. And when I say local schools, I don't just mean ordinary school, I mean real investment in school. Because there is a correlation between that investment day and the pipeline for great workforce for open and minds.
Because if they invest in the school, they don't take the teacher. You understand? Because they're in school. But there's another aspect because you complex two things. The beginner when they're gonna mind, the teacher when they're gonna mind, and then you talk about on the performance. You know, before I've been minister, I've been sitting on the chair with Mr. Lance Dom. So one of the things that we will do, and we will do back this year, is that when all the dust does settle with the results, we will go back, we do an analysis, a proper analysis. We will identify all the schools with between 0 to 25. In other words, the pass rate, they're below 25. I think it increased at the last time to 30%. Yes? All the schools that were below 30%. The TSC, they go do a scoping exercise, find out why they've been in that situation, they develop supplementary teaching and learning materials for their school learning, support their school learning and mentor them, or make sure say they improve. Now, this is not just something they do no more for the base of people. We had an independent valuation of their school level when they under 30%. And that independent evaluation would say we were able to move the dial from the one where they were close to 30, above 30, and the one that went there from 0 above 30. So we know that it works. And if we don't do it before, we will do it again. So Mr. Chair, just take note. The other thing we talk about most teachers and the punitive measures within the take for the teacher the way that. That day, I want to for the chair of the commission. I don't want to use the word ghost teacher yet because somebody said the previous government they spent 11 years to chase ghost teachers and they don't get non ghost teacher with them. But we at this point the when the chair framed the answer was very good. He said, teacher the way not doing at the school. Because we don't already, we did not suggest earlier on say, we will suspend all the teachers that they for the bill. Now the reason why I've been wanting to land the earlier it's not because I'm a bad. Now because I know from experience that the commission say, only tell when the teacher they leave, they begin come outside and leave. Now we pull in at the people. Then the minute you pull in at the people, then the begin come out from north, east, west, and south. And right now, as I speak so, then some of them don't begin come. Yes? So I am confident that now we got in Uganda. I don't think it will come significant, but I think it will come because we're not do this for bad. We do this for clean up the system. You know, I like where the question when we ask the PRO or CBSS, that will talk for something, we don't talk for two, that subsidy talk for. It talk for subsidy, but let's ask them council. Yes, but the serious thing about this is that with 22% of the budget going into education, government don't forget the money. What's it that with the Caesar? Who know with the Caesar? Because that is not ready yet for what the exam. If you put that pikin, even if you pass the exam, then that pikin and then they go secondary school, they go struggle. And then what the public is saying is that well, if you pass the exam, so if you go struggle, that means to say the quality of the exam not be good, which is not the case. This is not unique to Sierra Leone because they have to back abroad. They call them parents and they abroad and they call them helicopter parents. The one day they fly in with the beginning and put them ahead of everybody else. So that's what we try to discourage. So let the chair take the two questions. Teacher. Where's on starting for explaining? Because there are two people that are very important. This is a as advanced, but I was very important. So that's short time like this.
Okay, well, teacher verification. Yes, you talk about the numbers. You say you get different numbers. Yes, that is true. Because when you deal with people there, we don't go do that verification. The initial data number will get 4,997. But because some people they live somewhere where we don't know, they see they come out of, the woodwork and cement. So we don't decide for clean the data, we dey clean the data, small, small differences that they come inside the data. So let's not worry about the data, let's worry about the outside the big pay. If it be at the end of the day, now 1,000 will be able to see, when they look at if they will surface again, but even if they can now, because that would be a trick, they will come back now and say, oh, I've been sick, I've been getting native sickness and all of these things. Then they can register with district offices, then later on, we will go back, now then places then, now then schools then, will say identity for go verify. Because this verification is not the end of it. After this verification, me don't go na a school, one school, na Kailam district. Where I go na that school, one school, eight teachers there. As where I checked the time go, eight teachers they will not attend that school day for at least 1 year. So once they receive, they go verify, they all come in again and sign, and then people they wait to see them. So then I they sign all the time on the last page of the title. So we don't suspend them, and we try for clean up, we therefore give them all the benefits of the doubt. So after that, after then 3 months, we take them all off the payroll and we bring them teachers back into the profession. Thank you.
Thank you very much. This is about teachers, about us. Major General, major question. If the commission will do arms examination, what about all the things will happen, look at production of higher prisoners?
Thank you so much, Mr. Mills. I will begin first with the locally manufactured weapons. That would be called chakabula. If you see any weapon, pistol or shotgun, they get serial numbers. No two weapon only will get the same. When they show you the country we manufacture them, the series where they did until they come to you. Then we just conclude, and fortunately, I get somebody who have a member of the advisory board, Alaji Gillen. He know some of the things about to talk about. If the weapon come to Sierra Leone, and we just not conclude the weapons marking trainings. This is a laser machine, and we take the weapon, we mark them, show if na SMB get will indicate, if na Arsla will indicate, with the location where we mark am with the indicator. West Africa, for choosing an ECOWAS region, and na Sierra Leone, they will give them Wiyon code. Each weapon gets Wiyon code. So if the weapon missing will show which side we get, we call them tracking. But we are the come now to the armed robbery. I agree say the one day where they involved in armed robbery, especially the one day we calculated them over that one day will they establish them. Will they take you as CID will investigate you, they write the report. After that, we take you to IIS. We get your preliminary result, what they do. Then when we don't know with all that, we send you back to Interpol. Yeah. If Interpol clear, he left to the registrar information I will not say he give you. Because we did get some other thing they want to do back, we look at you, say, we know with you. Because I will tell you what, million relative we get a pistol and single barrel. But the single barrel is between the commission will refuse to give. Because at one time, he went to report and say he threatened them. And not to that thing. If you do that, although now you buy the weapon, you know the value answer.
Thank you very much. One, three, four, five, six, seven, one hundred much. Yes. Much. My teacher service. See what can be used for in social. Basically, the subject for the challenge. Imagine a teacher not teaching exercise or geography. Instead of now say the subject matter where the teacher can forget about. But instead of subject matter where you forget over the years. You try for proportionality. Tell me best you know the time to wait for proportionality. Which about my we talk a lot about the benefits of gender workshop principle. We talk about that, say, everything you know, government, when also public exam, not private government exam, when it has private exam. Now, what is up principle when they next the Minister of Education to abide by the person? Give them this on time to look up. We're from now to one for him to be ruler, other principle, or shows that the amount of guidance and benefit most are working to agree. Thank you. Next time.
Yeah, thank you. We want for comment the teaching service commission to come for this activity for the teacher they have intent. The part of this is I mean the part of the activity where we go around where the number belongs to 5,000. What do you want to suggest? If we don't get up to September, as they put it, hey, some teachers do not get people. Let immediately they replace them because now they are not get people, then that's what it is. And the subsidy wey for car for the give on a year, it's in 1 or 2 times, I know can say no for 6, 7 months, you know get allowance in the classroom. The unfair to the one they in the classroom, not they get nuts, so when they will put aside or not abandon the classroom, then they pay you still. So you are when they replace them immediately. Una put September, let the teacher them in as well. They can say immediately. Because Ministry of Finance will begin the labor to replace them, other one, you are ready fast track process. And then they are one for say, thank you.
Yeah, that's now the answer. In terms of the stamps, what I can give like to people, if you're the same thing, they're going to give you marks. You take out for over certification, then you do it's not a blood exam. Recent to get recent case like that one work convention, but I just want to get clarification on that.
Name na Mahmoud Sila from the Nature newspaper. Um, over the years, when government spokesman or somebody come from Ministry of Finance or Ministry of Education, you don't see the reason why wage bill increase doesn't the recruitment of yes. But there have been some school of thought saying that not to recruit una dey recruit na replace even every time. So wetin Ministry of Education and that of the service vision dey see that nature of last offense.
Then I'm Madam Kamal, I for ECTC newspaper. So education minister. About a year ago, a list of the same concern with government now saying forward to WIC in relation to massive absenteeism. One of the MPS for in case study. For late picking, where the class 6, about 4,000, 5,000, 2023, 2024, so now. You can say on a been do investigation as at then. I want how it be end and which time before. Then to you, we have so no, just start with school. One would get to know, get your right? How just how many private individual in the we get with the relation arms, we get to start with one. Like
Okay. Again, starting question and they were the chair of the teaching service. And it started with the one way whether teacher they could be access on the subject matter or the more generic approach that we use now. I'm sure you will handle that. Conduct of school leaders or the CPSS. Replace absent teachers immediately. Again, that's now for last. Waiting at the other one. Okay, that was Mahmoud, the wage bill. Let me take this one. Um, you know, when the chair of the Teaching Service Commission doing presentation, he make a distinction between almost teacher and recruits. Almost teacher and listening. When we do recruitment, we always do that. So let me reference who side you need for go check whether the lie is lie or not. If you go to the budget, when we to say Saki is absent from 4 districts. Who side Saki they at this point in time? Now they 4 districts. Now the same name that you see. You understand what I mean? You get that number of 4,000. But that 4,000 might be people that were not duplicates. So not all because class 5 or 4 now the duplicates were inside the system. This is another part of the leakage. You will see that figure, it will increase significantly when it comes to us. So you go back to that question, if you just permit me. That guy, the guy over there, I don't know, I think I'm Sabah. Jalo, Mr. Jalo, I know the answer the second part of my question about that BRS. Okay, this year we see quite a lot of fake BRS. BRS you produce them at school. However, when you produce them at the school, so you can do anything like school, you get BRS. Waiting for they use that example. Now the details where they get on the uploading of gas one. So that means to say you can get whatever BRS, whether a man, a woman, whether you can man a woman self, the gas stop, it no matter. Now email will not be the text seriously when people that go on and say, I get BRS, I get BRS. Because most of the game of fake. Oh,
Okay, and yes, you say people that don't go, they don't learn qualifications years and years, and they only can't test them now for things that we don't believe. But we say, question is, these teachers are teaching. Sorry, you know, check out. Yeah, I'm not. Yeah. Yes, but you know, when you teach, and whatever you teach, you need then subject. These are critical subjects where you need. But apart from only maths and English, where they will test you, they also test you in professional standards, in ethics of teaching, and all of those things. So there are so many other things, IT knowledge. You know, right now, in the 21st century, you can forget the skills and all, you know, for them to be able to teach effectively. So if you are a professional teacher, test you, but we will only test you at UO level. If you're not TC, we give you TC questions. If you're not bachelor's, you get we teach, we test you at bachelor's level and so on and so forth. So that is the reason why we are testing that. So and also Mr. Manley, they talk about level replace immediate replacement. We are already having this conversation with the Ministry of Finance, and really we don't get we include it with World Bank. We don't get meetings with the attention studies teachers in that school. We don't go replace you in that school. We go send you to another school who send you not getting teachers there. So these are the difficulties we will get people in the they don't understand that now like for like. We want move, if we do that one day, schools they will be well subscribed. But in the schools they will not get nothing. That's why now we give 70% to schools that will not get no teachers.
Yes, sir. You will talk on the picking away the long seat last year. The ministry will call the schools and heads of school that were involved. All the ones that were involved go with the IT teachers. All the blame go to the IT teachers. He not able to upload. You could see kind of the screen red, but when you go check, nothing now, only the class one, but for class two, they're not be able to get out. So when you blame the principal blame the IT man. So that that's make the ministry will say, if you get your IT man, you not trust that, you don't understand form of law, go to the ministry. The ministry get the spam office, the officer the day. At any time you get difficulty in enter for them picking them, take any exam, go to the ministry, then they will guide you so we don't get that same problem when we get class.
Sir, I get two questions. I think I three. The most in the make the one go. You say how many private individuals we don't license. I will tell you the exact figure. But I just want to let you know, see we get over 1,000. 1,000. Okay, about 1,000. Then I come to the laws. Vincent, go and use your question to ask how many people don't read this we act. I mean, say no and no go. So now the problem begin. We brother says, a go na an occasion where somebody brandishing weapon. I don't know if the person don't charge for continuing it. The person just scout in whether school or yeah, it shoots. It shoot is there. No, they pull out for for penalty. Caution. Any fire. They lost the just kind of thing. That one. You take the responsibility. And I thank God when I already have majority of them just say if you able to report them, you find. Report them to the nearest police station. After that, make sure you don't know social media. Text. I know